This is Top Accolade Global News. I am Soibifa Jackridge. Israel has vowed to annihilate the Hamas movement that rules the Gaza Strip in retribution for the deadliest attack on Jews since the Holocaust. Mostly civilians gunned down in their homes or on the streets and carried scores of hostages back to Gaza. More than 5,000 people have been wounded in the bombing. The Soak electric power station has been switched off and hospitals are running out of fuel. For emergency generators, Israel said on Thursday there would be no humanitarian break to its siege on the Gaza Strip until all its hostages were freed. After the Red Cross pleaded for fuel to be allowed in to prevent overwhelmed hospitals from turning into morgues, the government killed at least 1,200 people, mostly civilians, gunned down in their homes or on the streets and carried scores of hostages back to Gaza. The scale of the killing has emerged in recent days after Israeli forces reclaimed control of towns, finding homes strewn with bodies, including women who were raped and killed and children who were shot and burned. Israel has responded so far by putting the enclave home to 2.3 million people on the total siege and launching by far the most powerful bombing campaign in the 75 years history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Destroying whole neighborhoods, Gaza Authority says more than 1,200 people have been killed. The Soak electric power station has been switched off and hospitals are running out of fuel for emergency generators. The China Security Regulatory Commission (CSRC) has told brokerages to stop offering security trading from offshore accounts. China has for the first time issued a notice prohibiting domestic brokerages and their overseas units from taking on new mainland clients for offshore trading. New investments by existing mainland clients are also to be restricted. New investments by existing mainland clients are also to be strictly monitored to prevent investors from bypassing China's foreign exchange controls, said the notice. The news was first reported by Reuters. The actions, which will restrict capital outflow, come as faltering growth for the world's second largest economy has spurred investment overseas, weighing on the yuan and prompting authorities to ramp up efforts to stabilize the currency. The yuan, one of Asia's worst performing currencies, has weakened 5.5% this year as China's post-pandemic recovery quickly lost steam and the dollar climbed due to interest rates, differentials and geopolitical uncertainty globally that has forced authorities to unveil a slew of measures in recent months to state deadline. Activities now considered illegal including cross-border securities broking, securities lending, fund sales and investment consulting, according to the notice. An end October deadline has been set for the removal of apps and websites soliciting mainland clients, the notice also said, adding the offline channels for opening accounts should also be shut down. I never really thought that I would have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children, said Biden, who described Saturday's attack as the deadliest day for the Jews since the Holocaust. The White House has walked back President Joe Biden's claim that he saw pictures of beheaded children following Hamas' deadly attack on Israel. The reversal came after Biden on Wednesday described seeing images of mutilated children during a meeting with Jewish leaders at the White House. Unverified claims about the beheading of Israeli children and sexual assault of hostages by the Palestinian armed group have gone viral on social media in the days following Saturday's attack. Biden's claims were featured on the front page of Western newspapers, and reports of beheaded babies have been cited in some quarters as justification for revenge attack and the collective punishment of civilians in Gaza. The Israeli army has said that it cannot confirm the claims, which were repeated on Wednesday by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's spokesperson Tal Henrich, but Israeli military officials have told a number of media outlets that women and children were brutally butchered in an ISIS way of action. Hamas has denied claims that its fighters beheaded children and assault women, calling them lies. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin have exchanged another set of letters. In his letters, Kim said he was very satisfied with the talks that had taken place in Russia, describing the discussion as candid and comprehensive. The exchange of letters marked the 75th anniversary of bilateral relationship, North Korean state media KCNA reported on Thursday. In his letters, Kim said he was very satisfied with the talks that had taken place in Russia, described the discussion as candid. He promised to bring relationship to a new height night in which Putin victory in his struggling to frustrate the imperialist persistent hegemonic policy and move to isolate and stifle Russia. Moscow and Pyongyang, both increasingly isolated amidst severe international sanctions, have drawn closer since the Kremlin launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February last year. Last month, Kim traveled to Russian Far East for a summit with Putin amid concern Pyongyang was preparing to provide arms to Russia's military in exchange for weapons technology. Banned under United Nations resolution over its nuclear weapon program, after the talks, the two men said military cooperation had been discussed, including North Korea's satellite program and the war in Ukraine. In his latest letter, Putin said the summit was further evidence that the two countries' bilateral relationship continued to positively develop in all aspects on the basis of the glorious tradition in the past. The Soviet Union, which was dominated by Russia, established diplomatic ties with North Korea on October 12, 1948, the first country to recognize North Korea as a state. Russia's Ministry of Defense said earlier on Thursday that an attempted Ukrainian drone attack in the Belgorod region has been thwarted. 3 people were killed, one of them a small child, he wrote, accompanied by pictures of a house reduced to a pile of masonry behind red and white police tape. 3 people were killed, including a young child, and 2 injured when debris from a destroyed Ukrainian drone fell on homes in Russia's Belgorod region. A local official says Belgorod Regional Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said earlier on Thursday that Russian air defenses shot down an aircraft type unmanned aerial vehicle as it approached Belgorod city, and the fallen debris had destroyed several homes. To great sorrows, they are dead. Operational services recovered the bodies of 2 people from the rubble, a man and a woman, Gladkov wrote on the Telegram messaging app. The governor later updated the death toll to 3 following the discovery of a child's body beneath the rubble of a house. A difficult morning for us all, he said, offering his condolences to the loved ones of those killed. The man was in a coma and had suffered burns to his respiratory tract and upper and lower body. According to Russia's state news agency TASS, the injured woman had a concussion and a fractured leg. TASS reported, adding that doctors had assessed the woman's condition as serious. That is the size of the top Accolade Global News updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday.